Oh, hi, I didn't see you there. Welcome to the video. If you couldn't tell by the title, I'll be talking about the time I got swine flu. And just to give some context, this incident happened when I was in high school. So when I was about 17, I got swine flu for the second time. The first time was when I was 16. So it was a year prior, but it wasn't so bad. It was just like a regular flu, but the second time I got it, it was really bad. The first few days I had symptoms just like a normal flu, but the third day I lost all appetite and energy from my body. I had a huge headache, body aches, sore throat, shortness of breath, basically all the textbook signs of having the flu. So I decided not to eat anything all day because I couldn't hold in any solids anyways, because every time I would eat, I would just end up throwing it up. So by the end of the day, I decided to get something to eat though, because I had not eaten anything throughout the day and I'd been feeling really bad. I had a huge headache, so I decided, well, maybe I should eat something. So I decided to go into the kitchen and have a small bowl of soup, which in hindsight was not a good idea. If you're sick and you haven't eaten all day, it's not a good idea to just suddenly put something in your stomach when you should at least like have fluids throughout the day if you're not going to eat anything, like just something to get your energy back up, like electrolytes, Pedialyte, something like that. But I made that mistake. I didn't know, so the next part was really bad. I remember serving myself the soup and taking 3 small sips of the broth before I realized something bad was going to happen. I remember feeling very light and the room was slowly starting to spin. At that moment, I remember thinking, oh God, I'm getting dizzy. I think I might throw up. So I sat down at the kitchen table next to my mom, and then she looks up at me and asks if I'm okay because I look really, really pale. And the last thing I remember saying to her is, I feel like everything is spinning.
Where are you going? You can't go over there yet. It's not your time.
What do you mean it's not my time yet?
You still have unfinished business. Besides, they still need you.
Who needs me? I'm nobody. And I'm tired.
Many people need you. You just don't realize it yet. And besides, no one said living would be easy. It's all part of the process of being human. You need to go back. They're calling to you.
I wake up and I see my dad smacking me and holding a cloth to my nose that smells like rubbing alcohol. Everything is too bright, and I see my mother holding a glass of orange juice and gesturing for me to drink it. I had no strength, so my dad had to help me up. For a second, I had completely forgotten what happened, but then I looked over at my phone and I panicked. I needed to inform my then boyfriend that I was fine, but I couldn't see the screen of the phone, so I immediately got up and tried to walk to my room. However, unfortunately, since I was still disoriented from the fall, oh yeah, I forgot to mention, when I fainted, I actually hit my head really hard against the floor and I cracked the tile a little bit from the fall, so hitting my head made me more disoriented than I had thought I was. So I tried walking to my room, but everything seemed so bright and I ended up trying to go inside my brother's room by mistake. Our rooms are across from each other. I couldn't grab the doorknob properly and I was growing really impatient, so I started slamming my body into the door to try to open it. I didn't know it was locked, and in that moment, my dad just grabbed me and carried me to my bed, but since he was also sick, he ended up dropping me onto the mattress. The drop kind of shocked my body and brought me back to my senses, and I calmed down a bit, but I had completely forgotten of what I was doing and what had happened in that moment. I didn't know what I had just done. The next day, I slowly regained some memory of what happened, and my illness lasted only a couple more days after that. But my parents were really shook from the incident, and according to my dad, when I had fainted, not only did I just lose consciousness and hit my head really hard against the tile floor in the kitchen, but my heart apparently had stopped as well, and my dad panicked, and so did my mom, and they thought I actually died in that moment. But I'm alive now, and I'm here to tell the story.